right, y'all. Today we're back on this front axle. I'm working on gussets that go on this inner C. I think in the last video I alluded to the fact that we are done with this axle, but we're not. Still have some more things I wanted to do. This is kind of my idea for a gusset to go on this inner C. There'll be two of these going across here, and then a flat plate that goes over the top. So I've already got the parts cut out, or I just cut the parts out, and I'm gonna have to do some fine tuning. You can see the daylight underneath this radius in here, but start working on that. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna MIG weld it or TIG weld it in yet, but here we go. All right, so I've got these gussets almost finished. I still got to do this weld seam here on both sides of this plate, and then this seam right here. They got pretty hot, and the knuckles got a little bit sort of difficult to turn because I think it pulled everything this way. So I don't want to put a ton more heat into them until they cool off. I'm moving on from that. I'm going to put this little bash plate on the pumpkin here, or on the main housing part where the diff is. I had already built another one out of 1/4-inch plate. This one is the one I'm building today, but I built this one out of 1/4-inch plate, and I attempted to break it on. This was quite a long time ago, whenever I first built these center sections here in the shop, but I attempted to break this at a 1/4-inch here at home on my swag brake, and it didn't quite come out to where it fits. There's a lot of gaps, and anyway, so what I've done is, and 1/4-inch is probably not necessary, it's freaking overkill, so I cut this one out of 3/16, and rather than try to break these or bend these on the swag press brake here, I'm going to probably just cut reliefs in here and just sort of bump bend it with my hammer as I weld it, and that way it'll get a much better fit up. And then there's also these wings over here that need to come down, but this just adds an added layer of protection, sort of a skid and sort of a bash plate for the front of the diff here. All right, so I got you over here on the center section here, and I think you can take these and sort of bump them down. So this needs, just for the shape of it, this needs another relief sort of right in here. This right here is pretty good. This one probably needs another one right here. So I'm just cutting these. That maybe shouldn't be, should be parallel just so it matches the other one. I'm just cutting these part of the way through with a slitting wheel or cutoff wheel, just to get them to try to match. This center section isn't perfect. If you've been following the build, you know that I built this here all in the shop on my own, and nothing on this is perfect, but we're going with it. So if I just cut some more reliefs in here, that'll help me shape this a little bit more, because the radius on this front end doesn't have sharp corners. It's a little bit narrow. It kind of runs into the center and then is a little bit wonky. So just cut these, and then that'll help me shape this down a little bit better. All right, so I got those radiuses cut in. There we go. There. Got some decent fit up there. Then I can go ahead and tack this in. I'm going to clean up this weld joint a little bit over here, because it's going to run into the weld joint for the face of the third member, or the third member bolts up. But I'm going to clean up this weld joint a little bit, grind it out a little bit, so I have a nice little area for this weld on this end of it to lay in. And then I can go to welding it. Yeah, that'll work good. Well, it's 4 o'clock. The Purosity bug has come back in a couple of spots. I don't know what the deal is. It's too bad, because I can be welding along and just everything's fine. On this side, look, same joint prep, same piece of metal, same everything. I think from this point on, I'm not buying any more hot rolled plate. I'm only gonna buy pickle and oil. It's just, I don't know what the deal is. But it'll piss a guy off, I know that. I'm gonna have to go in here and grind all this out and re-weld it. And probably hit it with a die grinder, get in there and re-weld it. But yeah, I don't know. I prep this metal the same way I have everything else. I do muriatic acid bath, wire wheel, grind all the edges to a shiny edge, and it still comes through. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a day. It's 4 o'clock. I've got a rule, I don't weld after 4, just because bad things happen. And I'm already on the, I don't know, I'm already pissed off because of this. So call it a day, get back at it tomorrow. Okay, well, got that welded back up. Still dialing in the wire speed on this smaller 030 wire. I had 035 in there before, so welds look pretty good, but getting a little bit too much spatter. So need to dial it in a little bit, but we got it welded up, and I think that's going to do it for the front axle. I know I said that before, but I think that's going to do it for the front axle. The only other thing I have left to do on this is make the steering links that go between the ram and the knuckles. So anyway, everybody, thank you for watching. Appreciate the support and the comments, and we'll see you next time.